was to be the worst time in my life. Dolly died. She's looking a bit tired, and her tongue's hanging out. Are you getting tired, Rosie? Are you getting tired? Yeah. It's a bit hot. It was 31 degrees yesterday here, and she's sort of pulling me over into the shady areas so she can lay down on the cold grass, and she spreads out when she does. You want to lay down, Rosie? You want to lay down? So she lays down and she like spreads herself out to try and cool herself down. She's a lovely dog. And that's one thing I didn't realise is how wonderful a dog is. Up until let's think about it. It must have been 2005. Never had a dog in my life, and I couldn't understand what it was about dogs and animals, and having an animal that was really dependent on you, until I had that hit me like a ton of bricks. I think I'll have to turn it off for now. Okay, back on. That's just got rid of that deposit. She did have diarrhea this morning. I don't know why. She tends to go out in the garden. And we've got a cherry tree, and I don't know if you've ever had a cherry tree in your garden, but the problem with cherries is that they tend to fall off, or the birds are very attracted to them, and the actual cherries fall off. All you're left with is the stone, and she treats it she treats them like nuts. She crunches them all up and chews them, and we try to hoover up as many as we can, but there's always one. She will sniff it out and she will find it, she will eat it. And the consequences of that is the next day she will go out, and very unpleasantly she's got diarrhea for that day. But that wasn't too bad. What I just picked up, that was just a little bit. Anyway, I'm still digressing. I've got to stop doing this. So I had a dog before Rosie, and her name was Dolly. It's the first dog that I've ever had. My wife's had a few in the past, and it was a King Charles Cavalier, and she was a loving dog. Oh. This is hard. This was over 6.5 years ago since she passed. Now, we only had her for, I think it was about 6.5 years at the most. And it just sort of started, and we was going out for walks, and we was noticing that she wasn't interested. She was getting tired and stopping quite a lot, and a dog can't tell you when they're in pain. Looking back, I'm pretty sure that she must have been in pain, because it didn't take very long. She started going downhill. Within, I don't know, perhaps a couple of weeks of... Good morning, how are you? Within a couple of weeks, she went downhill rapidly, and started to get constant diarrhea all the time and not eating and drinking that very much. So it was difficult. It was a difficult time. And we had to make a decision. And I know this is probably very controversial, but we knew she was going, and we went to the vet, and they said, well, sorry, because of COVID, am I allowed to say that word? I'll probably bleep that word out because it might get a strike on that one. Because of the early 2002 virus that was going around, we was not going to be allowed into the surgery or the vets. And basically what they said was, well, we'll take her in, we'll have a look, and we'll see what the problem is. And I thought, well, we know what the problem is. She's very much in pain. She's got problems with her gash. And what they said to us was, well, we'll take her in and we'll put her to sleep. Now, my wife, it may sound selfish, but she said, no, you're not going to do that. How many times have I stopped now? So it's about 4 or 5 times, haven't I? And we looked after her, we took her back, and it wasn't very long. It was probably about 3 hours at the most. And she was in suffering, but oh. I don't know if I can do this. Anyway, she died very quickly. She still wanted our attention. Oh, I'm just so glad I've got these sunglasses on. So, as I said, that was in the beginning of in the 2020, 21, something like that. At that time, it was devastating. I've never sort of understood what this thing is about dogs and the relationship us humans have with dogs. And until you've had one, it's very difficult to realise what effect they have on you. And when she went, I was devastated, and my wife as well. We really didn't know what to do. You know, was crying all the time. I'm so... God, this is 6.5 years later and I'm still feeling it. So you just don't realise what the effect it's going to have on you. My advice is really, if you can't stand the heat, then don't go into the kitchen in the first place, because I'll tell you, it rips you apart. It really does. I was devastated. I still notice that the family, I'm just going past where the family are, across the road, they're still in there. still having their breakfast, enjoying themselves. So yeah, it basically ripped me apart and my wife for weeks. And you know, you think you're going to get over it quite quickly, but it doesn't happen. You know, it's bad enough when my dad died when I was 25, but when Dolly died, it was devastating. Unfortunately, at some stage I'm going to have to go through it all again with this one. So, you know, it's a fact of life, and we've all got to deal with it, but I don't deal with it very well. So, anyway, she stopped to have a wee. I think I'm going to end it here because I don't have very much more to say on the subject, apart from the fact that, you know, a dog is supposedly a best man's friend. Supposed to be a man's best friend, I should say. Oh, I'm just so twisted up here. So, I'm going to love and leave you because I can't cope. So, sorry about all of that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.
I just listen to rain as it falls to the ground and washes the day away. Nothing to show and no place to go, so here in my room I stay. I don't know that I could forget you, no matter how hard I try. I'm all alone, and honestly I cannot believe all the tears that I've cried. I'm all alone, and honestly I don't know why.